Oh yeah. Nice.
Climbing has become the way I live life, you know. It's, everything I do kind of revolves around climbing, you know. But yeah, it gives me great joy, and it teaches me a lot of things. It brings me friends. It brings me to these incredible places, and yeah, for me, it's like the best way to live life at this moment.
Cool, have a seat, sir. Right, let's get ready.
I'm Sean, I'm here for the Chamonix Film Festival, and I'm doing a presentation on Sunday. It's good to be here and enjoy the mountains and meeting up with all the friends and everything. I was in Patagonia for a year and a half, and yeah, I went there in the beginning of 2020, so January 2020, with my buddy Nico Favresse. And we did some climbing. We had a great season. We climbed some new lines and we freed some others, and it was brilliant. And then mid-March he went back to Europe, and my plan was to stay until the end of March, a little bit longer than him. But by that time, like, the pandemic was raging and everything was closed and everything was in lockdown and flights were cancelled, so I kind of got stuck there. And yeah, it was a good place to be. I mean, it's one of my favorite places on the planet, you know, so I was happy to be there, and there wasn't any COVID at the time, so it was kind of a little paradise, and it was crazy hearing about the stories of what was happening in the rest of the world. And I mean, I could have made it back to Europe if I contacted the embassy or something, but I was just so happy there. I was like, oh, I might as well stay here. So I ended up staying a year and a half, yeah. I really got to like soak up the scenery and really like live the place and feel the vibe of the area for like a year and a half. It was absolutely amazing, and I loved it. Like, we had, like, I was going out, like running in the wind and swimming. It's a good day to go swimming today, lads. Here we go. Woo! Is that all you've got? Huh? Come on, is that all you've got? Cause I don't like reggae, no. Oh no, I love it, yeah. The winter was very cold and it was incredible ice climbing, brilliant skiing, you know, tour skiing. We would go tour skiing in the mountains for 5 days and ski every slope we could see. It was absolutely incredible, you know, and in my wildest dreams, I'd never imagined that I would get to stay a whole winter. It was incredible, and then there's lots of bouldering and sports climbing, so I really feel like I got to like live there, you know, to like be part of it, yeah, be part of the scene there. The Fitzroy skyline is just one of the most amazing lines. You know, you can see it from town when there's no clouds. You know, on a good day you can see it from town, and it's just all these like ragged peaks, you know, all the way across, and then there's this monster granite block of Fitzroy in the middle. You know, it's one of the most iconic mountains in the world. It's just such a beautiful piece of rock, you know, it's so huge and humongous. And I've kind of been wanting to do something on my own for a while now, you know. I've always kind of been inspired by my friend Sylvia Vidal, who does a lot of solo big wall climbs where she spends sometimes 30 days on her own. So I was kind of trying to think of something big that I could do on my own, since now is kind of the opportunity, because I wasn't with my usual climbing partners. And yeah, I don't know, the biggest thing I could think of was the Fitzroy Traverse. It was definitely going to offer a huge adventure. So yeah, I thought might as well try, you know. But I never thought I would get a decent window for it, you know. But then right on my birthday, you know, my 40th birthday, I got a 6-day weather window, which is absolutely amazing, you know. And I just can't believe how everything kind of fell into place. You know, all the stars aligned, and it felt like magic. You know, everything just flowed.
Will you take a look at that now, boys and girls? Will you take a look at that? Ow! Oh, is that beautiful or what? Look at where I pitched my tent. Look at Laguna Sucia! Ooh! 5 o'clock in the morning, getting ready for some climbing. Cause some take delight in sports climbing and bouldering, and some they take delight in the campus and hangboarding. But I take delight in adventure climbing and big wet mossy offwits in the morning, bright and early. Asherim dum 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 da. Work for my daddy-o, work for my daddy-o. Hey, whiskey in the jar. Hey!
So the route has 7 main peaks, and I did 3 other smaller peaks, so I did 10 peaks in total. And basically I started on the south and traversed the whole Fitzroy Range, climbing up and down, up and rappelling down, and climbing up and rappelling down, and traversing over ridge lines and stuff like that, the whole range. It's 5 kilometers. There's more than 4,000 meters of altitude differences, and it was just a huge adventure, you know. And I kind of decided to do it from south to north instead of the way Alex and Tommy they did it from north to south. I decided I wanted to do it in reverse because it hadn't been done, you know. It was just more unknown about it. It was more of an adventure kind of thing. I was rope soloing anything that wasn't scrambling. Like if there was easy scrambling, I would just climb with the backpack, but my backpack was pretty heavy. It was like, when I started off, it was almost 30 kg, I think so. I had like food for 10 days, all the gear and equipment and the ropes and everything, you know, that you usually share when you're climbing in a team of 2, you share it between 2 of you. And now I had everything myself, you know, I had a tent, sleeping bag, so I had lots of stuff. And so it was impossible to like free solo with that backpack. So yeah, anything that was easy scrambling or ledges and stuff like that, I would solo. But then as soon as there was any climbing, I would start rope soloing, just like auto belaying myself with a gree and the rope and stuff, which means you have to cover the ground 3 times. You go up, down to recover the gear, and then you have to go back up, and then afterwards you have to haul the bag. So it's a lot of work, it's very slow. But yeah, I was just happy to be up there, you know, and enjoy every moment. So I didn't really care about being super efficient or anything like that. I was just happy to be there, and I was just going up and try and see how far I could get. I was on the second peak, Saint Exubery, which is it's a pretty big rock face, and there's a lot of ledges too with loose blocks, and I was hauling, and some blocks came loose and they fell down. And I didn't think much of it at the time, but when I pulled up the rope, there was like 3 core shots. That was on the first day, the very first day. And I already had 3 core shots in my rope. And at that point, when I saw that, I was like, right, I'm not going to be able to get much further. You know, that's it. You know, this rope isn't going to hold out much longer. But I thought I'll just tape it up so I don't see the core, and I'll just go a little bit further. You know, just to see how far I can get. And so I taped it up, and I was just very careful with my rope, you know, try and unweight the rope on rappels to pass the core shots and things like that. And every day I would like change the tape and things like that. So just being really careful. And somehow the rope lasted the whole way through the whole traverse, you know. And on my very last rappel, the sheet came off the rope and tore off, and I wrapped down to the ground, and that was it. I didn't need the rope anymore. I was happy. It was all walking from there on. But yeah, it was incredible. Succeeding wasn't that important really. It was just about kind of trying and see what would happen. I was kind of in a mindset that I was okay, you know, with anything. Any obstacle that came along, I would just accept it as part of the experience. I didn't kind of see it as a problem or anything like that. I was like, okay, that's how it is. All right, let's deal with it and keep going. But yeah, I kind of enjoy being on my own too, you know. So I mean, I love climbing with climbing partners too, you know. It's good. There's a good exchange and everything like that, but yeah, when you're on your own, you know, it's yeah, all the decision making and everything, it's all yourself, you know. It's all you have to decide, you know. And yeah, when you lose a piece of gear, you can't blame your climbing partner, you know, because there isn't any. So yeah, so you're responsible for your own choices, you know, you're 100% responsible for your own choices.
Horo Shedava Walya, Horo Shedava Walya, Horo Shedava Walya, Anishan Hakten Torek.